Today, I'll be showing you where I find my go-to color palettes and an additional trick on creating a color palette cheat sheet for easy reference. So stick around. Hello colorists, welcome to PencilStash, a weekly show all about coloring. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to get all the new content, and be sure to hit that like button if you're enjoying my videos. Hey there, Pencil Stashers. Today we're going to be talking about where I get my inspiration for the color palettes I use in my coloring pages. And this video will be good for those of you that have a hard time choosing an overall color palette, and I'm throwing in an extra tip that I've never shown you. So to get started, a good, well thought out color palette for me, that starts with Pinterest. Now, Pinterest is an app that you can have on your phone, your iPad, your computer. It's basically like a search function. It's like a warehouse for websites with like thumbnails for any kind of photo that you want to find and save for easy reference later. All you have to do is type in color palette, color palettes, coloring palettes, whatever you can think of, and it'll pull up hundreds of them for you to sift through for inspiration. Now, I use Pinterest because I can save them to a specific color palette board, and I can have them handy anytime I want, but you can use Google or save images to your computer, whatever suits your style. And if you want to, you can actually follow me on Pinterest and see all the color palettes that I have saved. Now, I particularly like these types of photos because they're not just a picture that you have to draw from on your own. And also, they aren't just a bunch of color swatches either. They're actually both in one. So you can see what they all look like together, all of the colors together. So it's got a photo. You can actually see what this color palette will look like all together, make sure that they're cohesive, but they also have a swatch that kind of helps you isolate the individual colors themselves. It's kind of a no-brainer. So let's do a few of these together. Let's do this one first, this great little bowl of hard candy. Now it's got a great couple of dusty blues, nice rich purple, coral red, coral peach, and a golden beige color. Now the first thing I do is grab my full color charts, and these are the Crayola color chart and the Prismacolor chart. Now I've done a previous video on these babies, so if you missed that one, I'll leave a link in the description. Now before I even pull out a single colored pencil, this is where I start, since you want to pull pencils based on the actual color they produce, not the color that you think they'll produce based on the pencil wrapping. So I'm going to start with the dusty blues on the left here. Now these Prismacolors in this range right here will do nicely, so I'll pull a few of these. And these two Crayolas look just the ticket as well, Wild Blue Yonder and Slate. Now same thing for the second dusty blue, the darker one. I'll pull a few of these in these ranges again to cover them both. For this rich purple, I'll grab some of these here, maybe this black raspberry and black cherry, and even this black grape. For the coral reds, these two up here will be perfect, carmine red and permanent red. For the coral peach colors, these Crayolas will do coral reef and fuzzy wuzzy, maybe salmon, this nectar color from the Prismacolor set, whatever you think is kind of in this same range. And finally, the last color is sort of a golden beige color. So I think this range up here from the Prismacolor sheet will be good. Sand, beige, maybe eggshell. Okay, so those are all of the colored pencils that I'm going to pull, and I've done that for us already. So if you line these up, these look pretty darn close, right? And you might be wondering why I pulled so many colors and not just the 6 that match the closest to the inspiration photo. Well, there's a reason. So when you're coloring, you don't just want one of each of your inspiration colors. You want a bit of variety so that you can add different tones of those colors to your work, which will give it dimension and interest. So don't lock yourself into too small of a palette. It's way too limiting. Okay, so this is pretty good, right? But what if we went a step further? Not only do I want to make sure that these colors I pulled go together, but I also would love an easy reference when I'm coloring, reminding me of what each of these look like without having to go all the way back to my color chart all of the time. So what we're going to do is pull out a sketchbook and make ourselves a little palette cheat sheet. And I'm going to make a little swatch of each color and write its name beside it. And I'll do that for each color, kind of going on down the line, trying to keep light colors next to one another, as they'll be easier to compare to one another later once our cheat sheet is done. Okay, so here's the completed sheet, but I actually think I need one more color in this golden beige family to round out my selection. So I've pulled jasmine and I'm going to add that in real quick. Let's see how we did. All right, these dusty blues look pretty good. The second blue here might be just a bit bright on the baby blue side, so I might want to cross that one off of my list and not use it. These reds look good, these corals look good. And the last one, our golden beige color, again, the sand color might be a bit too gold, so we can certainly, keep it, or we can cross it off if you think that you might not end up using it, or if it's kind of in the wrong family. Totally up to you guys. And once you have your list, you can always add to it. You can always take some colors away. But then you can use this as a cheat sheet, keep it close by while you're coloring, and use it for easy, quick reference on what colors to choose as you go. All right, let's do one more together. Which one shall we do? Let's do this one. This one's got some dark blues, greens that cover a wide spectrum, and this grayish green at the bottom here. Let's get out our color charts again. For this top blue color, we can look in this range here. Andranthone blue, denim blue, definitely using the Crayola navy and outer space blues. Now the second color we're trying to match here is either an extremely dark blue or an extremely dark green. It's a bit hard to tell on my screen. And I know I don't have a match for this exact color. So I have an idea to combine some colors, which I'll show you later on. Hopefully we can get something close enough. Let's move on to these greens here, and just do your best in trying to find ones that will work, as you're going to make the final decisions on your cheat sheet later on anyway, so just pick a bunch that you think will work and worry about it later. So I've pulled all of the pencils I wanted, and here's what we ended up with. Pretty good. But let's again pull out our notebook and see how we did. Okay, so remember I said I didn't have an exact match to that second color, that super dark blue or that super dark green? Let's try to layer some colors to see if we can get close. Now I'm going to place down some indigo and some cobalt turquoise. Now I'll layer on top with my Crayola outer space on both of these to see if I can darken them up. And I love this outer space color. It's a really great chameleon color. All right, awesome. I like those. Now I have my combo colors here on my cheat sheet for easy reference too, and they came out pretty good. And there you have it, folks. Super easy, super simple, great inspiration ideas. My color palette and cheat sheet combo trick. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It helps new folks find my channel and also lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content. Also, if you're new, please consider subscribing to PencilStash and hit the notification bell to know when I've uploaded new content. Lots more tutorials too on my channel, so be sure to check those out, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!